lived in.
Definitely.
Or that halo encasing your head would turn to dust. Perhaps you fear that if our shoulders bumped accidentally, that black tar would stain your shirt. And you wonder why we all just can't get along. Why I just can't accept my marginal lot in society. Why each movement made must be calculated. Sit up straight, back erect, look confident, not arrogant, must smile, look jovial, do not look them straight in the eye. Perhaps it's because you never saw my face until that day. Because in your world, I don't count. I'm only visible when it's convenient, or when the headline on the front page of your newspaper is just too big for you to ignore. You were the victims of police brutality in South Central LA before the Rodney King beating. Apartheid in South Africa, segregation in the US before the dream of Dr. King, and folks was acting like we wasn't still getting lynched until the images of Emmett Till were brought to our attention. We were the victims in Libya, in Egypt, before the media brought images to our attention, and you wonder why the stark death of my eyes manifests in secret with no words, just blankness. So I breathe. I breathe so deep that I swallow the entire world's pride, so deep that I swallow the Atlantic Ocean-sized tears accumulating in the corners of my eyes, leaving behind no trace of ever surfacing, so deep that the screams and the dreams of those before me entangle and imprint themselves in my brain, leaving behind a roadmap of dreams deferred and dreams once assassinated, just waiting to be revised. And it's sick that we live this way. Segregated by life's own design, not by laws, but by invisible lines drawn in sand, invisible. Like a ghost is tying a noose around our necks. It feels like there's a ghost tying a noose around our necks. And that's how we're living today. Perhaps you really never saw my face until that day. You only saw a shadow casting shade and burdening your morning. Perhaps that day unraveled it. Unraveled a life sealed as tight as the seams of your blue jeans. A life as faithless as an accidental suicide. Perhaps it unshut all our eyes, but I doubt it. Because here in the USA, short-term memory loss runs rampant. And just because you've seen my face doesn't mean you ever had intentions of remembering it. And they wonder why we all just can't get along.
Picture it. We are all lost souls, still stranded by the might of way, till blinded by the light of day. Still stranded by the might of way, till blinded by the light of day. You see, the way I see it, time is full of pressure and dying to let loose. There must be greener pastures. Proceed with caution. Impossible to accept that you are in the wrong. Capital crimes forced on the incompatible. Go beyond ordinary face values. Cannibal. He who forgives ends the argument. Human hearts at war. Smooth seas do not make skilled sailors. Refugee advise and counsel him. If he does not listen, let adversity teach him. Family splits up. Around a flowering tree one finds many insects. Slicing babies out. Anticipate the good so that you may enjoy it. No boys! Cross the river in a crowd and the crocodile won't eat you. Female circumcision. I must receive a proper education. Mental mutilation. He who learns teaches. Deprived of purity. His opinions are like water at the bottom of a canoe, going from side to side. Yet we still sit here wondering why it is we are still at war. Ignorance can lead to potential danger. It is important to be informed and alert. Why do we watch the world crumble into our self-induced rubble? I say, don't do it half no more. It's full or nothing, but something has to happen. I've had enough of the bullshit that we are wrapped in. So, I fly. I found serenity in chaos, drowned obscenity with a seance. I'm falling, I'm twisting, habitually blinded, I'm diving, I'm sinking, instinctively withstanded, I'm striking, stuck, struck, sitting, waiting with reality that all I was doing was getting nowhere, way too fast. Picture it, time delaying while I simply sitting on the train, trying to maintain quaint levels of the brain, dazzles for insane, crazily people relaying messages of abolitionism. Maroonage is freeing by fleeing to form separate communities independent of plantation slave society. Militarized, able-bodied males gather to stagger through the dire necessities of higher mentalities. Stuck in the 19th century with conspiracy amongst the caste, manifested slave subversion set free like manumission, suddenly interrupted by a call from my brother. Why didn't you send money yet? Oh, how are you? If relatives help each other, what evil can hurt them? Just projecting profanities promiscuously and my sister in the background pounding reiteration like a twisting knife. If you offend, ask for pardon. If offended, forgive. I feel my ancestors' pain growing to make me weep. If a dead tree falls, it carries with it a live one. I remember what it is to dream. As a sense of grace touches down, for Mama Earth stays beneath my feet. Unscathed, unafraid of the end, never to be saved. Yet teaching to who but you these simple lessons. Still stranded by the might of way, till blinded by the light of day. Still